What is up, Pete Morty here. Welcome back to the channel. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome for the first time. If you are a returning guest, thank you so much for being here. In this video, I'm doing something I have not done for a long time, and that is a Google Workspace updates summary. There is a lot to cover. It's been about 6 months since I've done one of these, and I like to take the highlights of everything interesting in the Google Workspace updates world. We have been moving at lightning pace, and I'm going to give you all the highlights of the last 6 months. And I promise, I've made this promise before, I promise I'll do these more regularly. My team are kicking my butt saying, oh, the analytics are good, you should do more of these. Sure, I'll do more. I'm going to take you through what I think are the highlights of all the updates to Google Workspace, covering 2025 February, or the end of February, right up until today, August 18. And let's go ahead and jump right in. If you're interested in these, you can always head right along to updates, workspaceupdates.googleblog.com. And you get this blog here. You can subscribe, although I don't know where people subscribe to these kind of things anymore these days. Because does anyone still use RSS feeds to subscribe to things? I don't even know. Anyway, but if that's you, you can subscribe. I'm sure they'll send it to your email or something. But all of the updates get posted here to the blog. Maybe you can even put your email. There you go. You can put your email in there and they'll send you an email. Or if you want, you can just be lazy and you can watch this video once or twice a year. I promise I'll do more. All right, cool. So we've got lots to get through. Let's go ahead and jump through in no particular order because my tabs opened in all kinds of different orders here. Let's get into the updates. So this one, ask Gemini in Google Forms to suggest new questions. So this is a Gemini automatic suggestion feature, which is pretty cool. And that basically helps you to generate questions for your survey. And I don't know about you, but I tend to have a little bit of anxiety when I create forms, particularly surveys. And I think, you know what, I want to capture really good data because I want to get really good insights. But I don't always know if I'm asking the right questions. So I really like this feature. Google is saying, fill in the questions that you want, and then they're going to suggest some additional suggestions there for you from Gemini. I love this feature. That is a really smart one. Next up, thumbnail previews will now show on video progress in Google Drive. Now, this is an interesting one. If you don't know, inside your Google Drive, when you put a video in there, and I don't know if I'm going to have video. Hopefully, I'll have a little test video here. Let's see if I can open that. Great. Okay. Cool. Yeah, cool. So here's my little test video playing here. So previously, when you played a video inside of Google Drive, it was a pretty average experience, to be honest. They rendered and showed up slowly, and they didn't handle spotty internet connections very well. And so you find they would kind of stop and start and jump. And I found even with a good internet connection, they were pretty painful. Now, Google actually switched all of these to what's called HTML5, which is a new way of streaming video, which is pretty cool. And what that now has done is it's made the experience much more smooth. And what this little feature that they're talking about right here is that I can hover over here, and it should bring up a preview of the video marker, which it's not doing for me. Rule number 1 of demos, they never work. Anyway, but apparently that's going to happen in the future. Thank you, Google. Apparently you'll be able to hover. Maybe it'll take a little bit of time for that to roll out. Okay, so extended rollout, July 22, full rollout. It may take up to August 20. Okay, so technically may not see it on your domain just yet if you're on the later release. Now, if you want to get the latest releases, this is a good time to mention this. You can do a little trick in your admin panel, and you can make sure that Google give you all of the latest releases for Google Workspace. So to do that, you jump into your admin panel. For there, of course, we go to admin.google.com, and inside your admin panel, I think if you search for release, you should find it. No, maybe it's updates. I haven't done this one in so long, I've forgotten what it's called now. Okay, are we going to find it? No, okay. I think it's in account and account settings. of course, got to do my sign in. Thinking about it. Okay, and from here, you'll see here under the preferences for new products, under new features, you can choose between rapid release and scheduled release. Now, when you switch on rapid release, what it does is it gives you the features as fast as possible, which is really great. It means that when Google put out a new feature, you're going to be one of the fastest people to get it. Now, sometimes features just get rolled out slowly. Our account is based in Australia, and we seem to get things a little bit slower than the US. Europe will sometimes get things slower because of privacy laws, and Google have to do a little bit more engineering to kind of roll out features there sometimes. And then sometimes, if you're on a free account, you might get it a little bit slower as well, which is a bit of a pain in the butt, just is what it is. But if you switch on rapid release, you'll get it as fast as possible. And you'll see here in the little message here, rapid release domains, there you go, generally go first, and then everyone gets it later on. Okay, now this says starting on August 20, so I assume the extended rollout may even go right up until August 20 for the rapid release domains, and maybe that's why I can't see it now, because it is switched on to rapid release on my domain right now. New products turn on when released. That's a good idea to confirm that. My recommendation is to leave this switched on. So if Google creates something brand new like Notebook LM or Gemini, of course, then it's going to be switched on your account automatically. So my recommendation would be to leave that one switched on. Okay, there we go. You know how to switch those on now. Let's look at our next feature that Google are releasing. Okay, so next up, you can link your calendar booking pages when composing emails in Gmail. Now, this one I really, really love. If you're not already, you should be using the appointment booking page. So your appointment schedule basically lets you send a link to someone. I'm going to show off my calendar here, and let them book into your calendar using a calendar link. Now, for many years, people did this with third-party applications, Schedule Once, Acuity, Calendly, lots of different apps that did this, and then Google said, hey, that's a great idea, let's build it into our app, right? And they built it into their own app. Now, you may still have a use for some of those third-party apps because some of them have better integrations, they have better features. You can do things like round robins and those kind of things. So we happen to use Calendly for our sales team, but most of the rest of our project and support delivery teams, we just use the standard Google one. I use the standard Google one because I don't need to be in a round robin or anything like that. But inside my calendar here, if I drag and drop a time slot, I can turn on an appointment schedule here. I don't think I've set it up in this test account yet, so I can go ahead and do that. Now it's automatically, oh, here we go. I've already got a test appointment set up here. Great. Okay. So it looks like I've already got an existing schedule for my recurring events. Maybe let's say make this, I wonder if I can make this a recurring schedule. I'm not sure how to make it recurring here unless I just can't see the button. Here we go. Okay. So I add it to my schedule, and I'm going to say all weeks. I'm going to change the availability. Now I'm going to rename this one, make it a bit more obvious. Book time with Peter. There we go. And going to go ahead and update that. All right, to make that really obvious that is my appointment schedule. And it looks like I've included some other people in there, so their calendars will probably have to be free as well, based on the last time I set this up. But let's update that so it's just me. I'm going to go ahead and edit that. And let's look at what calendars. Okay, so I'll remove the other hosts, and we'll have just myself here. Okay, wonderful. Now, this feature is saying that I can send an email and automatically add in my appointment scheduler into the email. Now, I love this idea, and this is something that I've been waiting for Google to release, because I've often found that if I want to send an email, I've got to go to my calendar, I've got to find the appointment schedule, I've got to click copy link, I've got to go back to my email, I've got to paste it in my email, having one button is a really great feature. I haven't tested this one out yet, so let's go ahead and test this baby out. We'll just load up my, where's my Gmail here? Here's my Gmail. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom in first so you can see what I'm doing. Go ahead and hit compose. Here is an email. And let's see if I can insert my calendar. Here we go. Set up a time to meet. Bottom right-hand corner there. I can click that button. So I can insert my booking page, book a time with Peter. And there's even just a random button here, propose times that you're free. Okay. See what happens when I do that. Okay. Find times that you can meet, 1 hour at a date. Okay, let's say, oh no, okay, today is not a good idea. Let's go on Wednesday and add another date, Thursday. Okay, so it's this is like an ad hoc feature of some sort that it's going to put in there. Add to meet. There we go. All right, so I've given some proposed times there. That is very cool. And then, of course, the feature that I was trying to demo, unless I have them confused, is I can go ahead and just insert my booking page, right? Book a time with Peter, and that just gives the standard booking page slot there. All right, beautiful. I am loving that. Okay, cool. So that is all looking good. And by the way, I'm just going to check out my internet connection here. My stream seems to be running a little bit slow on the playback. I'm hoping it's working for you guys who are watching. Maybe just drop a comment if you're watching live. Say hello, let me know where you're watching from, but let me know if you're having the stream jump on you. I'm getting a little bit of a jump on my monitoring computer here. I'm going to switch on my mobile and see if that's working okay. I just want to make sure our stream is working properly here for everyone. Don't want anyone to miss out, and I don't want to have to re-record because that takes a long time. All right. Okay, I'm going to leave that mobile phone there on 5G, and I'm just going to watch what happens out of the corner of my eye. All right, cool. But if you're here on the live, thank you for being here, and please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from, and if you've been a subscriber to the channel for a while, that's awesome. If you're brand new, that's awesome as well. You are very welcome. Okay, thanks Google. Nice feature there. Let's look at our next one. Drive IRM update, more control for file owners and shared drive managers. Now, this one is not the most exciting update in itself, but it's got a broader context, which I wanted to share with you. So, what this lets you do, now I don't know what IRM is because I have not used it all that much myself. It looks like IRM is related to DLP, just to confuse you more, which means data loss prevention. And that's Google's enterprise feature, only available on the enterprise plans, which lets you define a criteria of certain types of data, and you can perform actions with that data. For example, that data might be personal information, it might be a credit card number, it might be a date of birth, it might be a tax file number. And if you're a business that's working with any of those kinds of data, you may have some kind of legislation or auditing or compliance requirements to ensure that data is handled properly, right? And it doesn't accidentally disappear out of your business. So DLP, or data loss prevention, allows you to set a policy inside your Workspace admin and say, hey, if someone puts a credit card number in plain text in an email, quarantine that email. If someone puts someone's tax file number in chat, quarantine that chat. Don't send it. And it will flag things for admins and stop that data being saved in plain text, which protects your business and, of course, protects your customers as well. Now, IRM appears to be related to that. I've not gone... I don't know what IRM is, or maybe it's just referring to something that was already there. Anyway, but the feature is to allow you to restrict what someone can do with a file once you've shared the file with them, right? If you've ever shared a file with Google, there's kind of like a little bit of a thought in the background of your mind of like, oh, what is this person going to do with my file, right? Because you're not sitting over their shoulder watching them in an office. They could copy the file, print the file, rip off your business, disappear. They can do all kinds of things. So it's important that you protect files when you share them. And one way of doing that is, if you have a Google Shared Drive set up, is you can set these policies. You can say, hey, who can download, copy, or print files? And I thought this was available on an individual file level for quite some time. But what this looks like it allows you to do is using information rights management, which is one of the enterprise features related to DLP, and lets you restrict things for, I assume, files with certain types of data in them. So let me help you get your head around that. I'm going to start from the top. So use DLP rules, so data loss prevention rules, to control what happens with certain kinds of data in your business. IRM for Drive, this feature appears to be letting you set a policy that then restricts access to what people can do with a file if it's got that kind of sensitive data in it. Good idea? Yes, great idea. But here's the context that I wanted to share with you. If you've set up Drive correctly, so inside your Google Drive, you should be using shared drives, and we've got 10,000 videos on the channel on how to set up and configure shared drives. But inside a shared drive settings, you can do the same thing here, and you can basically manage the options for the whole drive and for anyone who has access to that drive. Now, I prefer this. And look, it doesn't hurt to set a policy for every one of the files in your business, but I prefer this, setting it at a drive level and then making sure your staff put every one of their files into shared drives. Doesn't mean it's necessarily shared with people all over the world, but it's in a particular drive with a particular set of permissions. Because what this does is it means that blanket settings right across the drive, doesn't matter what's in there, you'll be able to control these features here: downloading, copying, printing. So 2 ways to do that. Not a bad new feature that Google has released there. All right, next up, managing email subscriptions from a single location in Gmail. Okay, what does that mean? Sounds pretty interesting. Basically, when someone sends you a spammy email, Google has given you a fancy new button to unsubscribe. Now you can see here it's called Manage Subscriptions. If you go to your Gmail on your phone, and this is a great one for when you're sitting, doing nothing, or waiting in line or something like that, and you want to give your email a bit of a cleanup, cleaning up newsletters, automated emails, and junk that goes to your inbox is now a one-button exercise. You don't have to click through to someone's website and jump through hoops to unsubscribe, or type in your email address and fill out this form. You don't have to do any of that anymore. You just click the unsubscribe button. Now, there's other tools and add-ons and plugins that have done this in the past, and I have not liked them, and I've never recommended them on the channel, and I've even strongly advised people not to use them, because what those third-party plugins did was they would take emails and they would throw them into your trash, and eventually they would be deleted. And I found in each one that I tested, there was a high instance of false positives, and emails that were legitimate ended up going into my trash. And the moment that I deleted those plugins, those emails didn't go into my trash anymore. They stayed in my inbox. And that always really concerned me. Google is the only person I would trust to set up a rule like this. And when you hit the unsubscribe button, it does put it not in your trash, but in your spam folder. So Google is doing effectively the same thing, but I would trust Google not to delete legitimate emails, and I would trust Google not to have false positives in their system. So thank you, Google. They've finally brought it here. This also works inside your Gmail. So if you open up an email in your Gmail and it's a spammy or automated kind of email, let's see if I can find one. Here we go. First one I've opened. Nice big unsubscribe button there. It's going to automatically stop sending me any of those emails. So thank you, Google. That is a great feature, now available on the mobile as well. All right, next feature. Using Gemini in Google Drive to execute basic organizational tasks. So this is an interesting update. Gemini are now letting you move files, create folders, I assume like rename things, all using Gemini. And it gives you an idea of the different functions here. Move file to folder, move files to folder, create a new folder, create a new doc, sheet, or slide. Honestly, I don't think this is much faster than right-click and create file. Or if you want to open up a new Google Doc, you can go to a new browser tab and literally type in doc.new or sheet.new or slides.new, and you're going to get a new document popping up for you there, right? So why is Google building this? Let's think ahead a little bit, shall we? I think Google are pretty quickly going to move to just allowing you to use voice to talk to Google Drive. They already have a pretty amazing feature, which I demoed in the video on my channel on Google AI Studio, which allows you to share your screen into Gemini and live, have a conversation with Gemini about what's on your computer screen. So think about it like a mentor or a tutor or a IT help person sitting over your shoulder, but it's Google Gemini. I would not be surprised if soon Google will just have a little button there, Talk to Gemini, which lives right here inside of Workspace, and it allows you to do these kinds of operations. Right now, it's faster to just do it with a button click. I don't think I would type out, hey, could you please move this file to this folder? Yeah, that seems like a way slower thing of doing things, way of doing things. But you can see where this is going. This is going to be just our ability to talk to it. And I called this nearly 10 years ago when Google brought out their Insights button in the bottom right-hand corner of Slides. Remember that button there called Insights? I don't know if it's still there anymore, but you could click Insights and it would pop up and suggest a graph. And eventually it would let you start asking questions of your data in natural language. Show me the average of column B, and it would automatically do that for you. I started calling it. This is about 10 years ago. I said, one day you'll be able to just talk to your spreadsheet and all these things are just going to automatically happen. And then Google did nothing. For nearly a decade, Google did nothing. And only when ChatGPT came out, did Google realize, oh crap, we're behind. We're behind on launching our AI features. They had all this technology a long time ago, and they were behind at launching it for whatever reason. They were slow. Here we are. They're finally catching up. But I think we're very close to a day where you can just talk to your spreadsheets, talk to your Google Drive, talk to the rest of the Google stuff. And I would love a reality where in my Gmail, instead of dictating things to my PA, I can go ahead and say, hey, Gmail, reply, and say something along the lines of blah, 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 and it'll type out a response, and I can say, oh, I don't like that. Can you make the tone a bit casual or a bit different? And, and see it happen a different way. So I'm very much looking forward to that. All right, we're still having a few jitters on the stream. I'm not sure what's going on there, guys. If you're on the live, please say hello. Let me know if it's jittering for you on the live. I'm not sure if there's much I can do about that right now, but I'm going to go ahead and check out my stream settings. I don't know if there's anything that I can do apart from stopping and restarting, which I'd prefer not to do. But if you're on the live, say hello. Let me know if you're getting the stream okay, because I'm getting it a little bit jumpy on my end, but I don't know if that's just something weird going on with my internet. Seems to be a little bit on and off, but then it comes back. Anyway, at a minimum, if this is dead or not going correctly, what I will do is I will re-upload this to the channel because I have a local copy of the video. So if the stream is broken, I'll upload a full copy as soon as this one's done. I promise you that. Okay. Anyway, say hello if you're on the stream. Love to know where you're listening or watching from. Usually people say hello, so that's another red flag that I can't see any comments. But go ahead and say hi. Maybe you're busy. I don't know, or maybe you're just lurking. Okay. Thank you, Gemini. That's a good one. All right. So next feature, you can now generate data with Gemini in Google Sheets. So once you've got a document created, you've got a bunch of data in there, you can use a Gemini AI command to generate additional cells of data. And this, I'm so excited that this has finally been released. I didn't notice it because that was the week we were on our team get-together, our annual catch-up that we do. And what this does is something that's been available in Notion and a bunch of other AI app productivity databasey type tools for a long time. And that is, I got a bunch of data and I want more of that data, or I want to query each one of these rows, but maybe there's 1,000 rows in my spreadsheet, and I just want to give it one command and have it automatically go through row by row. So I love this. This is really, really cool. I can't wait to test this one out. You can see here it's given some examples of how you might use that, which is fantastic. Thank you, Google. And yeah, wow, I'm really, 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 really excited for this. You've got to express it as a function, which is a little bit lame. Come on, Google, can't we just talk to Gemini and make it do that? Anyway, it is what it is. But I'm actually pretty curious to try this one out. Let's see if we can get this one to work. Let's open up sheet.new. I love a bit of a demo. See if we can make it happen. So first thing is, oh, look, it's even promoting it here for us, which is great. Let's just make sure I'm zoomed in here. All right, I want to be big enough so that everyone can see. Okay, so see, even right here it says, it said type equals AI to add Google to your cells, which is pretty cool. All right, trying to open the insert menu. No, I don't know that. Oh, what's this? Oh, look at this. Oh, some example data. Okay, great. Ad creation, expense classification, feedback collection, email. All right, let's do ad creation because I'm a marketer. You're a wizard, Harry. All right, change column type, create custom views, personalize. All right, I don't want to do any of that stuff. All right, so I just want some data. And I've got some example ads here. Let's see if we can create a variation. Here we go. All right, so I've just hit the equal sign and Google's given me a automatic suggestion, which is what I like because I need stuff to be idiot proof. I'm not a whiz when it comes to spreadsheets and formulas and stuff like that. I need to either Google it or I need some AI help here. So generate text with AI function. Well, that sounds pretty easy to do. Okay, so I could put in a prompt. Okay, so I'm going to dictate, take the same ad copy and make it relevant to baby boomers and remove any of the buzzwords, millennial or Gen Z speak, and take out any of the hype. Just make it a bit more clean. Still enticing, but a bit more clean. All right, let's see what that happens. That's a pretty long command, but I'm going to go ahead and hit return and see what happens. Okay, so it's taken, I don't know if it's taken the whole row. A1, take the same ad copy. Okay. Maybe it's taken the whole row. I don't know. Anyway, but to discover the lasting comfort of our beautifully crafted knitted blankets, they provide warmth and are perfect for enjoying quiet moments or sharing with loved ones. A thoughtful addition to any home or a wonderful gift for someone special. You know what? That sounds like something my mum would buy. I like that. That one's pretty good there. Thank you, Gemini. And now this is interesting. Discover a smarter way to manage your finances. Discover quality products and services that truly make a difference. Now, I don't know where it's taking this data from, but there's no data there. Maybe it's making it up. That's always weirds me out when it makes stuff up. I don't know where it's getting the data from. Anyway, so there we go. Example ad copy. Let's leave that one. Leave that one in my drive. All right, there we go. We've done a test there. That was a pretty reasonable test. I'm pretty happy with that. Thank you, Google, and automatic data generation. So the next feature here is to create a Google vid from Google Slides. So Google has this pretty interesting feature called Vids. And Google Vids, if you haven't seen it before, is kind of like an interactive slideshow. When we want to put together a presentation, typically what we do is we will, put together a bunch of slides and then we present in some way. Maybe we're presenting to a meeting, maybe we're recording a screencast of some sort, but we present slide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Google Vids let you either generate video or let you record your own video or let you use a combination of the both to create what is effectively like a more live and living presentation. It's built around actual video rather than just static slides. So you can go into your Google Drive, and inside your Google Drive, you hit the new button. Oops, that's share drives. Inside your Google Drive, you can create Google Vids here, and it will open up a new Google vid. So you can create video clips. You can narrate with an AI avatar. That looks like a new one. You can even import your slides. Now, I've never used narrate with an AI avatar before, so I want to check out. The AI avatar. I wonder if I can pull in my self avatar change. Can I generate my own? Oh no! Oh bummer. They've only got random people here, but that's okay. Enter a script for this scene. Leo has just found out he can create video using Google Vids, and he's excited to create a corporate presentation that doesn't suck, with the expression of his true innermost creativity unleashed with the power of Gemini and Google Vids. Okay, so let's see what happens. I'm going to get a preview of this, and let's see what happens here.
Leo has just found out he can create videos using Google Vids, and he's excited to create a corporate presentation that doesn't suck, with the expression of his true innermost creativity unleashed with the power of Gemini and Google Vids.
Okay, so it says lip syncing will be available after rendering, because the only thing that was weird about that was his mouth was moving pretty weird. Anyway, let's hit generate. That's going to take some time. While we wait for that, let's go ahead and create a new one. Now, I don't know if I've got anything. I don't know if I've got any slides here. So maybe I'll go into my production. Maybe go to my production drive and see if I can find something to create a Google vid from. All right, let's go import slides. And I'm going to select one of my presentations. All right, what do we got here? All right, AI is here. Let's go ahead and import these slides. There's a presentation that I did to a mastermind that I'm a part of. Okay, I'm going to import all the slides. And let's see what happens. How do I turn this into a vid? Can I just hit preview? Okay, so that's just literally giving me slides that I guess I can probably talk over. But I wonder if I can I do something from the slide? Can it create a script from the slide? No. Can it read the slides? All right, let's go back and have a look at what's going on here, Google. What are we meant to be able to do? Okay, you can import slides. From there, you can select the slides in the presentation you'd like to use. Well, I've got to say, that's not all that exciting. I mean, I guess it makes it easier if you want to take an existing slideshow and turn it into a Vids presentation, but I'm not that impressed so far, to be honest. I'm not that impressed. But let's check out our video here from our buddy. Okay, it's 99% rendered. I do want to see how these avatars go. Okay, let's hit play.
Leo has just found out he can create videos using Google Vids, and he's excited.
Okay, I've got to say that's pretty impressive. That's pretty good.
Excited to create a corporate presentation that doesn't suck, with the expression of his true innermost creativity unleashed with the power of Gemini and Google Vids.
Okay, I've got to say that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I might be in trouble. You might see an AI avatar next time you open up our YouTube channel. Okay, let's look at our next feature. We're on the home stretch here, guys. And you can now join a meeting using companion mode from Android and iOS tablets. This is not an exciting update in itself, but I always include these just to let you know, if you didn't know what the companion mode button does inside of Google Meet, it is a very handy feature. So I like to highlight it all the time. If you go to meet.google.com, let me open up my right browser tab here, and you create a new meeting. I've got a feeling that's going to send me into the meeting. Yeah, no, we don't want that. Okay, let's create a test meeting. Where are we? All right. Let's create a test meeting, add a meeting to it, and that's going to show up in my Google Meetings. Okay, so we've got a test meeting here. Now let's imagine that we've got a whole bunch of people inside a meeting room. Let's switch all this on. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of people inside a meeting room, and we decide, you know what? I want to flip out my iPad and maybe comment in the chat. But I don't want my iPad to like open the camera and look at my face. You know, I've got maybe a conference room with a big TV, or maybe you're sitting in a cafe with someone else, or maybe you've already got your computer open and you want to add, I don't know, a laptop beside you to share your screen from your laptop in, but you want to see everyone's faces on your computer. For whatever reason, if you're in a room with multiple devices joining the same meeting, using companion mode lets you join the meeting. You can see what's going on if someone's sharing their screen. You generally don't see people's cameras, but you can see the screen if someone's sharing their screen. You can see the participants. You can chat with everyone. It's basically the same as if you join the meeting, turn down your volume, and turned off your camera and turned off your microphone. So I don't have the option to share audio. I can share my camera if I want, but I don't have the option to share audio. But I can do everything else. I can enable closed captions, raise my hand, emoji, react, blah, 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 blah. So I've got all those other options, take Gemini notes, all the things. They're all there. So that is companion mode. This update is that companion mode is now available from Android and iOS tablets. Groovy little feature if you take your iPad or your Android tablet to the meeting. Next up, Google have introduced a PDF summary for anything that you've got inside your Google Drive. And I really love this feature. If you've got something like a PDF and you open that PDF, you want to scan through, have a look at it. Usually you'd have to download the PDF, open up Gemini, upload it to Gemini, ask it some questions, and it will give you all the answers in a summary. Now that's happening automatically and immediately inside of Google Drive. And I believe it prompts it automatically whenever you open up a PDF. So look out for that one. It's probably rolled out to everybody by now, but cool little feature. Starting on June 12th. Yeah, I think everyone's going to have that by now. Next update. Presenting content from camera in Google Meet. Now, this is a bit of a niche one, but just putting it out there, if you want to share a second camera into your Google Meet, you can do this now. And I assume that means you can do it in kind of like, high def. Now, I don't know if this is available for everyone, business standard and plus. Okay, good to know. So that means everyone is going to get it. Well, sorry, not basic, but standard account and plus account. And I'm actually curious to try this one out because, I do a lot with video production, and I would be interested if I can share something other than my main camera into the meeting. Sometimes I want to share my screen, and I actually use my studio software to do that. And I want to be able to share a picture in there that's not necessarily my camera, and I don't want the the double up type things to happen. Now this is seems to be freezing a little bit. Going to give that a little bit of a refresh. Oh boy, that Meet tab was freezing there. All right, let's let it keep doing its thing. We seem to be running quite slow here today. I don't know what's going on, but fingers crossed the signal's getting through eventually. Oh yeah, wow, we've got crashy crash in Google Meet. All right, well, we might have to leave that one to demo another time. But you can now share a video feed separate to your own camera into your Google Meet, which is pretty cool. All right, next up. Notebook LM and Gemini are now core services. Now, this might sound like, what does that even mean, Peter? That's totally okay. There is a small distinction with Google's other services and Google core services. When Google releases a new product out in the world, and they release many products, if you log in with a Google Workspace account, usually you're just using your Google Workspace account for identifying yourself, and you're using the app based on whatever experience you get from the app. And there's, at that point, zero guarantee for uptime, reliability, safety, protection of your data. I mean, they're going to encrypt your data, but you're not going to have any guarantee about, let's say, this being a privacy and security compliant service if you've, for example, switched on the HIPAA compliance inside your Google Workspace account because you're a healthcare provider and you want to make sure that patient data is protected. Now, when Google switches something to a core service, what that means is it's covered by all of the features of the other core services, and that means the privacy and data protection guarantees. It means the SLA, service level agreement. So if those services are down for a certain period of time, you get compensated because you may not have access to business data. Very, very rare, but does happen. And Google have done that for both Gemini and for Notebook LM, which is very cool. What that also means, generally, is that these products are here to stay. So you can trust and go nuts with Notebook LM because it's probably not going anywhere. When Google release new features and new tools, sometimes that means that at some point in time, you're going to see them disappear. And that's a real bummer. And it can make us business owners hesitant to start putting business data into these tools, because if Google deletes it or gets rid of it at some point, then, well, you've got all that effort and time that you've spent into putting the data in there, and it's going to cost you money to move it over to another system of some sort. Making something a core service is a big plus because it means that it's much harder for Google to rip it out. It means their enterprise customers are going to start using it. And so it's pretty hard for Google to backtrack after that has happened. So big thumbs up for Google here. Nice work. Okay, next up, audio overviews now available in the Gemini app. So when you use something like Notebook LM and search the channel for Notebook LM, got some cool videos on how to use that. If they're not up already, they should be up pretty soon. Let's go ahead and check that out for you. If you go ahead and search Notebook, hopefully they will come up. There we go. Cool. All right. So 1 month ago, Notebook LM tutorial is up, ready to rock and roll for you. Now, if you've used Notebook LM, great tool, you would know it's got a pretty cool audio summary feature. You can see here, this feature has now been brought into Gemini. So you can upload, they're using the example here of a PDF, but a bunch of information. And if you're a audio-based learner, you can have an audio overview generated, click one button, and then go ahead and listen back. Love that feature. Nice work, Google. All right. We're nearly done, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to go. This has been a marathon. I'm going to have to do more of these to keep everyone up to date. Okay, here we go. So, Contextual Smart Reply is now available inside of Workspace. It basically means that Google is going to write your emails for you. And rather than just giving 1 or 2 words as a reply, well, it's going to give you a whole drafted reply using AI, using what is effectively a prompt. It's going to take the tone or the instruction of the prompt, and it's going to completely write your whole email for you. Now, personally, I've not found these to be amazingly useful. I've found them to be pretty good, but I wouldn't say they've been amazingly impressive for me. Usually when I hit one of these, it does an okay job, but I can't say they've done perfectly amazing jobs. I know, like everything Google, it gets better and better, but let me know what you think about this feature. Drop a comment down below, and I'd love to know if you're using it or not, if it's on the money or not, because, yeah, my experience has been a bit iffy. Okay, next up, new study tools in Gemini to help you learn more effectively. Now, this one I had no idea was a feature. They've clearly just released it about 10 days ago, and I'm pretty damn curious to learn this actually and go ahead and check it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into Gemini, and they've moved because they've built too many features in here. They put all the tools down in one toolbar here, and you can see guided learning is now one of the tools. Okay, so it's all right. It's trying to prompt me to use video generation. We covered that in one of our other videos, which will be shared soon. But let's say something that we want to learn. Okay, Google, can you teach me how to change a tire? All right, let's see how that goes. Now, we're using Gemini Pro rather than Gemini Flash. You're going to get richer, more detailed answers with Gemini Pro. If you just want to ask it a quick question in lieu of Googling, Gemini Flash is what you want. But anything that you want it to do a bit of thinking and take its time with an answer, it's really worth waiting the 10 seconds to get an answer. Okay, cool. So, all right, ready to start the first step? Yes. Okay, so it's told me a bit of a breakdown of what we need to prepare and get ready. It's now thinking about it. Okay, so safety is most important. First, you need to be on level, solid ground. What about if I'm on a hill? All right, here's all the things you need. Okay, what's the next step to secure the star before you even get the jack out? Get a big rock and put it under one of the tires. Let's see what it says. I mean, that's how I was taught. So let's see what Google says about that. This looks like, from reading between the lines here, from what I can see, it's taking me through step by step. It's giving me a prompt question at the end of each one. Oh, there we go. It even suggested a rock or a piece of wood. Okay, that's great. Okay, perfect. All right. The car jumped over the rock and rolled down the hill. Help. Let's see what happens if I troll it. All right. That's not what we want to happen. Let's get the lug nuts on our safely parked car. No. It rolled down the hill and hit someone's house. How can I stop any liability issues? Should I run? All right. See, I'm getting silly now because we're 45 minutes into the live stream. All right, let's see what Google says, and then I promise I'll move on to the next one. That sounds like a scene from a comedy. It's like nervous laughter from Gemini. Okay, the car isn't going anywhere because we've taken all the right safety steps. Oh, now it's gaslighting me. Okay, so it's getting us back on track. I guess it's taking the perspective of a teacher here, right? I'm the naughty student, which not much has changed, let's be honest, in many decades. And it's bringing me back on track to the actual learning. So well done, Google. I do like this. And I can already think of some ways that my team can use this. I wish can it generate video? Can you generate a video for me to help with the learning? Let's see if it can do that, because that I'm very curious about. If I wanted to really learn something deeply, okay, can't generate a video. What I would do is I'd probably go to 2.5. What I'd probably do is I'd say, give me a summary of all of the learning steps. And I'd get a summary of all the learning steps from Pro. And then I would put it into Notebook LM and ask it to do, give me all the steps from start to finish, please, so I can create an SOP document for them. And what I would do is I'll take everything and I'll put it into Notebook LM. Right. So let's go ahead and jump in, create a new notebook. And I'm going to have to paste text before it lets me go further. So let's do that. Okay, great. So I'm going to grab, changing a flat tire. I'm going to copy everything here. Then I'm going to go into my Notebook LM. I'm going to paste the text. Cool. Changing, oops. Oh, there we go. I didn't even have to put a title in. It did it for me. That's how smart it is. All right. And from here, I can now create a video overview. And this is one of the new features. I'm going to go ahead and click Video Overview. And it's going to generate a video overview based on all the information that I've put in here. And it should be pretty good because I've only given it one source and one set of information. If this is brand new to you and you're like, oh my God, Pete, what are you even doing? Go to our channel, type in Notebook LM, and watch the video on Notebook LM. That's my just basically day one demo on what it is and what it does and how to use it. But once you put information in here, it acts like a little bit of a walled garden where you can prompt and ask questions of that information, like here, what are the essential safety tips for changing a flat tire? And not only will it give you an answer from your data, it will reference the data clearly. So if you've got 100 or 200 different sources here, you can click a button and say, right, where did you get that answer from? So if you're doing research or study or something and you don't want to get BS answers from your LLM, Notebook LM is a really nice way of getting really clear references when you're querying a data set. Okay, that video is taking its time, so we'll come back and we'll have a look at that afterwards. So next is adding AI AI image editing features to slides and vids. This one I really liked when I saw it. I can believe I didn't notice it. It only happened a few days ago. I thought this was a March one, but this is a new one. So I've often added an image to a slide deck and gone, you know what? I really wish that was a bit bigger. And then I've got to crop it and change it and do all these things. You can see Google here have added two options, both to replace background or expand background. And let's go ahead and demo that. Let's go to slides. Oops. I'm not sure if I've got any slideshows, but let's see what we can find. Concierge office hours. All right, this one will do. Actually, I should probably make a fresh one to demo, shouldn't I? All right, let's make a brand new presentation here, consulting proposal. And what I want to do is I want to create an image here. Let's make it a square image, a super smarmy management consultant who just got an MBA, fresh out of school, and has just shown up to your business to tell you how to run things as a 20-year experienced business owner. All right, cool. So I'm going to go and I can go for a style. I actually want people. So let's try photography. See if I get a photorealistic person here. Now these images are generally pretty quick. It gives you a choice of 4. And I've really had great experiences with generating images here. Here we go. Great. Yeah. This young guy. Yeah, he's got his coffee and everything. Yeah, and you can see this is us, the client. We're rolling our eyes, right? Perfect. Great. Okay. Cool. So we've got that one there. I honestly really love these. I've been using them for heaps of presentations. If you ask it for text, you can get a little bit of like gobbledygook. But I don't mind that. I think it's kind of part of the fun of the AI world that we're in right now. And what I have also noticed is if I ask it to generate graphs and visuals, it does a really good job of that. So apart from the text being a bit weird, the graphs and visuals go pretty well. So let's take this one. And all right, you can see here we've got a remove background button. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. See what happens if it takes the background out from around these people. I'm curious how it's going to go with this. Let's see. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good actually. Yeah, maybe I can line him up to a rock so it looks like he's kind of almost behind the rock. There we go. Okay, cool. And then, all right, let's. I'm going to go backwards on that because I want to try this expand feature and see what happens there. So this is replace, crop, format. Okay, how do we expand? Format. No? Okay, maybe we should go back to the actual guide here. Okay, generate an image, create, and then edit. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we've got to go back to the create menu, which is in our Gemini menu here. Generate an image. Odd. Okay, well, this is a brand new feature, so maybe it hasn't hit my account yet, but I do not yet have the ability. Replace image with Gemini. You are being replaced by AI. Let's see what that one does. I don't even know if it's doing anything. Okay, whatever. Anyway, it appears the new feature has not yet hit my account, but yeah, look out for that one. Looks pretty cool. Replacing background. Oh, describe a background. Okay, so I haven't even demoed this feature at all. This option lets you completely change the background. And that one is not yet in my account. We do not have that option yet, but that is a very exciting new option. We only have the option to generate an image at the moment. I'm going to just double check all the options here. Yeah, no, nothing I can do yet. All right, look out for that one in an upcoming episode. Now, let's see if we can go back to where we were. Where were we? Notebook LM. Let's go to Notebook LM. See if it's generated our video overview. Oh, not yet. Okay. Still taking its time. That's all right. We will wait. Study tools we've covered. Images we've covered. Okay. Next one. Quickly add events to Google Calendar with Gemini and Gmail on mobile. That's all I've got to say about that one. Cool feature. Just wanted to show you. Open up your email. You can click one button and automatically add from plain text in an email into your calendar. Thank you, Gemini. Love it. Doing more and more and more what I used to pay a PA to do. That is very, very cool. Next one. Introducing video overviews and upgrades to the studio panel in Notebook LM. That's literally what we're demoing right now. And Notebook, you've got about 10 seconds before I finish this live stream. Well, I think we might just have to imagine. Unless it's going to do it for us. I mean, it's not like I made this very long. It's not like I made this very long. Okay. Well, there we go. I'm going to do my wrap up just in case. Hey, here we go. All right, we got our video overview. Let's see how this goes. Drum roll for Google VO. We've got a thumbs up, thumbs down, just like Caesar in Gladiator. We're going to give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. All right, let's see how it goes.
You know that sound, that awful thump, thump, thump of a flat tire? Ugh, it's a feeling that just sinks your stomach, right? But what if you could replace that dread with actual confidence? Well, today, that's exactly what we're gonna do. We are turning a roadside nightmare into a skill you'll have for life. Look, let's be real, a little bit of panic is totally normal. Your day is suddenly sideways, you're on the side of the road, it's stressful stuff. But here's the thing, panic doesn't fix a tire, a plan does. And that's what this is, a simple, straightforward plan that takes the fear out of the equation.
I'm liking this already. This is pretty damn impressive.
And puts you in control. So before we even dream of touching a wrench or a jack, we've got to talk about preparation. This is phase 1. And honestly, it's the most important part of... Pay attention, because this is the biggest pro tip of them all. You have a two-step process. Step 1 is in the trunk. You might be thinking, how you tighten the mat in the first place.
Now, the only thing that this is
safely up in the air.
Missing at the moment is actual visuals of the thing. You can see here it's got a lot of emojis, and all the videos that my team have generated, this is what it looks like. It's lots of icons, emojis, beautiful text. The design is great, but it's not showing the actual thing. I mean, I would love Google to, show me someone changing a tire, show me the lug nuts, show me the breaker bar, show me the rock behind the wheel. So I think they could do better here, but overall, this is seriously impressive. Seriously impressive stuff. I can download it. I guess I could put it on YouTube if I wanted to. Should we just put all our videos on YouTube from Notebook LM? I can have a VA build our videos. That's the thing now. There's so much opportunity to create AI slop and put it out there. I guess that's a whole nother conversation. We'll save that for another day. I'm not going to go down that road. All right, there we go. That's it. Google Workspace updates. We are done. Go check out the Workspace updates blog if you want. If you're not already, make sure you're liked and subscribed. Say hello in the comments. If this was a re-upload because the live stream didn't work, sorry about that. But it'll be trimmed and maybe even faster by then anyway. So go ahead and if you've not already, by the way, head along to itgenius.com. You can sign up for free. There is heaps of awesome training on our website. Head along, just sign in with your Google account. And from there, go ahead and check out our training section. Lots of free training. Go to the training area there and you'll see we've just launched our Gemini Basics for Business course. We've got an admin basics course. We used to charge for all of these, Small Business Security Essentials, Remote Team Revolution. We have a large remote team, everyone working at home, nearly 80 people. This will show you how we do organization and run our company. And the latest and greatest upload, it's been released for many, many years, very popular course, 7 Steps to Inbox Zero. Watch that 45-minute video, and I promise you, you will have your inbox to zero by the end of it, and you will keep it there. Is it 45 minutes? Oh, no, it's 57 minutes. There we go. But you are going to get so much value if you go and check that out. Lots of awesome training on our website. If you sign up to Concierge, you'll also get access to our office hours. And our office hours, we got one this week, actually, in just a couple of days from now. Is helping you to master AI and other business tools exclusive for our Concierge customers. What is Concierge? Go ahead and check it out at itgenius.com. Concierge is the ultimate subscription for your small business on Google Workspace. We focused on 3 things: training you and your team, supporting you to use the app better. We give you unlimited help desk support with our professionals who can fix anything in Google Workspace. and then security as well. So making sure that you and your team are well supported, looked after, but also protected. So that's Google Workspace. Let me say goodbye on this camera. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for joining. Make sure you're liked and subscribed on this video. Click the link down below if you want to get started with us. Ciao.